We'd seen the news item of a class action lawsuit being filed against Match.com by a Southern California woman, then known to us as Jane Doe, who claimed that on a second date with a man she'd met on Match, she had been sexually assaulted in her home. It's a great question as to, when we allow someone to use a pseudonym, why. We had a week ago a guy who goes by the name of Professor X, who'd written a book about his experience as adjunct faculty, and he didn't want to use his real name because he really liked where he worked and was fearful of losing his job. So it's very rare where this comes up, but in the case of Carole Markin, originally filing the lawsuit and originally scheduled to come on with us as Jane Doe, we would be fine, particularly in a case like that where she's alleging that she was the victim of a sexual assault. On the other hand, I was very happy that she did use her name, because I think there's something to be said for women who are alleging that they have been violated, using their name, taking a stand, and being upfront about it. But I was pleasantly surprised that she was willing to use her real name. I was also thinking about my dating of my wife, Kristen. First time that we happened to meet actually at a KPCC volunteer thank you event, and then I asked her if she would go see a play with me, and then afterwards we did go to my condo after the play, and she felt enough trust in me. She obviously knew who I was, knew what I did, knew where I worked, that she did that, and we had a nice time talking after the play, and then I took her home. And just thinking, any one of those points, with someone that you don't know, there can be risk involved. So I'm glad Carole Markin raised this issue. I was surprised that she was willing to take listener calls, because in saying that she had been assaulted, something as personal as that, putting it out there, and also knowing that just in the first couple of days this had been made public, there was so much criticism of her, and saying, how could she file such a lawsuit, and it's stupid, and it's buyer beware, dater beware, and she should have taken more precautions. I thought she wouldn't want to subject herself to that. But she's continuing to be out there to talk about what her experience was and what she wants to see done in the online dating industry. And she didn't shy away from it at all.